After valiantly defending Arakko alongside Storm from the death-dealing Eternal Uranos, Magneto went to the waiting room, a place his daughter Wanda created which serves as a mutant Elysian Fields. Magneto would climb the Tower of Judgment and arrive in the City of Judgment, where he now wallows in self-pity, counting the names of all those whose deaths were more or less associated with his life. And as he counts, Magneto recollects his lost faith in God in his youth, and how he disclosed that to Ororo, his many failures, and the hope Krakoa brought him. Storm arrives, but Magneto is in no mood or need for company. The task he has chosen is his to complete alone. Ororo has felt his pain, and being the personification of Mother Nature itself, Storm has come to the aid of her friend to wash away his pain if possible. Magneto briefly explains to Ororo the Wall of the Fallen. He is adamant that all must be counted for his toll on the world. He must hold himself accountable for the death and destruction by his hands or in his name. And after declaring his sins to Storm, it is not forgiveness Magneto seeks, but self-induced judgment. And with that, the master of magnetism exclaims he is done with the world and launches a large statue in his homage towards the Omega-level Weather Witch. Storm defends and seemingly concedes to Magneto's wishes, but after mentioning his daughter, Anya, in her parting comments, Magneto interrupts, acknowledges Anya as his last failure, and segues into self-induced judgment and criticism. Magneto reveals to Storm that he regrets condemning the 5 additional mutants to the pit with Sabretooth, and that Toad didn't kill Wanda after all, but rather took the blame for the sake of her grand plan. Storm later reveals to Magneto the fall of X and everything that has happened to mutant kind since his passing. What stands out to Magneto the most is that his longtime friend Charles Xavier was coerced into unknowingly aiding the enemy, because before he died in her arms, Magneto told Ororo to watch over Xavier, and Magneto again rages and exclaims, this time ripping all of the perched nameplates off of the wall for his disposal as he abandons his judgment and hurls his sins at Storm like a furry. As he attacks Storm, Magneto mentally recites a brief eulogy for specific names. Again, Ororo defends, as she is not here to attack but to heal. Magneto ceases his onslaught when he reaches for his own name and realizes that even he is counted on this wall. He matters. Despite all of the death and destruction he caused, Magneto mattered to Xavier. And although Magneto regrets turning his back on Xavier and Krakoa for the greener pastures of Arakko, he realizes that he had lost and suffered too much. The master of magnetism is brought to his knees and once again implores Ororo to leave. This time she declines because she wants her friend to see something. Storm positions herself behind Magneto and gently places her hands over his eyes as if to conceal a surprise. Storm washes away Magneto's blood-stained tears and reveals to him a new wall. A wall of salvation displaying the names of those whose life the master of magnetism saved. And although they are less than those of the former wall, one life saved is one too many to turn his back on for good. And with that epiphany, Magneto reaches for the metal key in his pocket, the same key that he earned in an underwater adventure with Namor, the key of judgment and purification. Before, Magneto refused to use it as he embraced judgment, but he was wrong. Magneto places the key in the wall of salvation and turns it. Suddenly, the floor beneath the 2 Omega-level mutants collapses as they descend into darkness. They land on their feet unharmed before a kraken-like creature with gnashing teeth. The creature mocks, criticizes, and judges both Storm and Magneto. The two have faced seemingly insurmountable odds before. Can 2 of the most powerful Omega-level mutants defeat this creature and return to the land of the living in time to aid their fellow mutants? Find out in Part 3 of The Resurrection of Magneto.